Hi, I'm Diane with Details by Diane quilt patterns that look like easy stained glass. Oh yeah, this is me. This is my caricature, so I will always look young, okay? So when you go to my website, this is what I look like. detailsbydiane.com. Just blatantly advertising it, but I don't care. I'm queen. The queen of stained glass quilts. That's why I have on the honkin' crown. My patterns are so easy to make. I know people banter that around all the time, but you can't trust them when they always say that four-letter word. But you can trust me. I'll say super easy with mine. How's that? That makes me unique. Today I'm going to show you wallflowers. You see the quilt behind me? Famous? Like, yeah. Fons and Porter had a Bernina educator show how to make it. It's been on Bernina's newsletter cover, or I guess magazine cover. And so everybody has seen it. They embroidered in these flowers, which is really cool. So I'm going to show you how to make that today. This is your lucky day. So you get the pattern. And what I do is I draw out a full-size pattern to trace. And now you're going to care about, put your hands in the air like you do care. Okay, because I can see you through that lens. I need to know that you care. Okay, so I use heat and bond fusible. It comes in light, it comes in ultra hold. Light, you have to stitch down the pieces. Ultra hold, you cannot stitch down the pieces. It'll gum up your machine and go ka-thunk, 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 and then you'll know you made the mistake. People ask me all the time, would they wash a piece if it was in ultra hold? Some of these are considered art quilts, and I've never had to wash an art quilt. Now, if your family is wiping their noses on them as they go down the hallway, and you need to wash your art quilts, I'd get a lifestyle change before I'd make any more of my quilts, and that's just how I feel about it. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your full-size tracing sheet, and you can see there's the green center, and there's the petals. And you're just going to lay your fusible over the top, and I use an ultra-fine Sharpie marker. Now what's easy about tracing is when you're tracing, it's like with painting. A guy that painted our house one time told me the secret, and it's just a great idea. He said, take a breath and let it out. I mean, you can imagine what your tracing line looks like if you're going, I mean, just let it out and relax. Put on a movie. This is supposed to be relaxing, okay? And it is relaxing. And put this whole project into, I like to use those square scrapbook boxes and lay my project inside, and then when I'm ready to work on my project, put it next to my sewing machine, and I'm just able to go right along, and it just makes it so easy. So you can see the lines through there, so I would trace all those lines out, and then I'm going to cut apart on the fusible, and I'm just going to trace one piece, and then I'm going to show you how I cut it. Now I know I have angled this so that you can see it. Do not try this at home because your lines may be kind of squiggly. But since I'm drawing and redrawing and redrawing and redrawing, did I tell you heat and bond now comes in a really lightweight that I'm playing with? That's really cool. So then there'll be 3 different kinds that I'll have to advertise. And I'm not a paid spokesperson. They haven't paid me at all. I do not have a tattoo that says heat and bond. I guess if I did though, and then I had to have it removed, I think I'd take the N and the bond off, and then it'd say heat. So when I'm in the nursing home, they'd say, oh, she's so hot. It says heat, okay? So let's say that I trace this whole thing out, okay? So then when you're cutting out with a fusible, what I want you to do is you never cut on your drawn line until it's fused to the back of fabric, and here's why. If I were to cut this out now on exactly my drawn line, fuse it to the back of fabric, how am I going to recut that out accurately? No, I'm going to get whiskers, and I always have somebody coming up to me and saying, I hate fusibles, I just hate them. Why? Why get all these whiskers? No, you don't. You don't get whiskers if you do it like I tell you to do it, because you're getting fusible to the edge of each piece. Do not cut on your drawn line until it's on the back of the fabric. So what I will do is I will cut in between the 2 pieces. See how I've left a little bit of fusible around each piece? Then I will fuse it. This goes to a blue, so then I will fuse it to the back of the blue. Then I will cut on my drawn line. This is one block, and I tell you how to mark the black borders on the blocks. That's put together as that. Now, when I have you draw a chalk line that goes down through the center and across in the center. I draw my pattern so that this tip will line up with the chalk line and this tip will line up with the chalk line. There is no way to mess up on this because Mama done drowned the dumplings, so I am sure that you are going to be able to do this. This is so easy and fun. And all we're ever doing is marking a border along the edge so that you know how to start placing your pieces. Just like a puzzle, we work from the outside in. You've traced them to fit, they're going to fit. There are no mistakes. Let's say that you're watching TV and you find out that Britney Spears isn't wearing underwear again. And you go, oh! And you cut it wrong and it isn't fitting. Just trim it. Nobody's going to know any different. Every time I do one of these, it's cut a little bit different depending on what I'm watching. So hey, have fun with this, okay? Details by Diane.com. Go on my website. Sign up for my newsletter. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I love my peeps. Have a great day. Bye.